so today this is a really informal video about silent moon misters and why silent moon misters on this very hot sunny day. So what is a mister? So a mister can be called a space cleanser, it can be called a mister, it can be an aura spray, or anything that the person who produces it cares to talk about or cares to share it as, or they're all called all different types of things. So a mister is a bottle that clears the space. Okay, it's a bottle with essential oils. It's made with intention. Mine personally is made with Moonlight, and mine is a natural form. You may find some that don't necessarily have natural products in them. They can often be used to clean the air, give it a nice smell, but my products, my Silent Moon offerings, are particularly used for healing and cleansing, rather than just to make the place smell nice, even though they will. So first of all, why Silent Moon misters? There's a huge external thing with Silent Moon misters, that I created them for people who don't necessarily want to take the elixirs. A lot of people don't actually trust the flower essence world for some strange reason, so not everybody wants to take them internally. So I created the Silent Moon misters for people who want to do similar work, but they want to work on their external, so on their house, around their physical body, in their auric field. I must admit though, if you take the elixir and the mister together, not that there's a mister for every single elixir, but if you combine the two, then you get a real balance between working on the external and the internal, because it's almost like, I'm a big colonic irrigation fan, so it's like, I believe in cleaning the internal and the external. I wash my body, I wash inside as well, now and again, which to me is just natural, so I would use them both. I'd clean the internal and the external. And there's another video for this, there's like another video on this that I could talk about with flower essences and how to use them on the external basis, but the best way to use them as an offering is through the misters. And so when I create them, I always create them with the moon, and also I put the actual elixir inside the 100 milliliter bottle. Everything within it is natural, so I don't use anything that is going to be harmful. The essential oils that I use are very specific to the actual mister itself, so I choose which essential oils to use, which really work well and do the best for the mister itself. So the smells are very different, and also I want to make a big point of saying that I don't necessarily create the misters for the smell. The mister is created for the healing power of the misters. So there might be some misters that are stronger than others, but the whole point behind Silent Moon misters is that they heal the space rather than, they smell nice. So some of them are very different, and they're quite unusual. Just as a final add-on is that every single bottle contains elixirs from Silent Moon. It's not just the essential oils, it's also the elixirs from Silent Moon, so they're brought together in one bottle. Okay, how to use it, when to use it and how regularly to use it. I would say use your intuition, but I would say if you're going through an external process, then at least twice a day. If you want to use it once a day, that's totally up to you, but use it regularly until the bottle is totally finished. So when you use a mister, you can use Silent Moon misters on your clothes. Just be aware of the oils that are in each mister, and they're always put on the website. And you would shake the mister up. There's nothing in here, by the way. You shake the mister up, and if you use an intention, then that's great. If you don't, just make sure you're present and you're grounded, and breathe deeply before you use it. Just don't go like you do when you take the elixir. You don't just go pop it in. You give it some time, you give it some intention, you give it some love. Shake it well, and then ground yourself, breathe deeply, be present in the moment, and then use the mister around your space. Oh, there is actually something in here. Liberally around your auric field, between the legs, under the armpits, wherever feels good for you. Just listen to your intuition. And it's really quite good to get somebody to spray it around your back, because that's where we also take in a lot of energy. And then once you've cleaned yourself, go around your working space, go around your home, clean the corners of each room, clean the outside of your house, go around the whole house and clean, and do this until the bottle is finished. Don't just keep it in the cupboard and hope that it's going to last forever, because it won't, because there's no preservative in it. So roughly around 6 months they will last, sometimes less, but they're there to use, and they're there to use on a regular basis along with the elixirs themselves. So it's an external creation. Obviously you do not take this internally, because it has essential oils in, and they're not essential oils that you can take internally. So where would you use it? You would use it in your house, obviously, where there was many energies around. You would use it in clinic. They're really good for yoga studios, so that you're anywhere where there's therapy going on, where you want to clean the energy regularly. Use it after clients. Use it after any kind of professional treatments. But with being a yoga teacher and therapist, that's where I use it, inside the yoga space, and of course around my house as well. So, or if you're not a therapist, you can also use them in your house, in your workspace, where you may feel that there's emotional things going on, or there's an entity in the house, or there's something that you would like to just personally clear from the house. That's where you can use them. Really make a point of using them in every room and every corner. So don't just clear one room, make sure you clear the whole space, because the energy is still going to stick. So use it in the whole space. So briefly, I'll go through each mister, really briefly. They're all different prices for particular reasons, because some are made with a longer process. So 5 for the Heart is my newest elixir, my newest mister, with the 5 for the Heart elixirs in. So you can have a look at both of those on the site. There's a 5 for the Heart elixir, and there's 5 for the Heart mister. The elixir works internally, the mister works externally. The mister has particular oils in, which support the process of heart healing alongside the elixirs as well. So you can use them both together to really help with the heart space, especially if you've got stuff going on externally with your heart. So Crystal Space Kender is put together for the seasons. So it's a particular mister which is put together for a particular season. So now it's summer, so you use the summer mister to create that energy within the house, and same goes for autumn. So I create it every year. There's a different mister for each season. So Fairy Portal is made overnight, and it's used, I make this by steeping the barks and steeping the flowers in the moonlight, so it's quite an intense process. So this is one of the most prestigious ones on the site. So Fairy Portal is a mister where you want to clear the space of guilt on an external basis. So again, this is created with pine and sage and cedar wood, and it's a very earthy, foresty kind of mister. It's a really beautiful smell. So again, you can take this as an elixir as well. So if you want to do the work on guilt internally and externally, having them both together is really, really good. So Gypsy of Avalon is a space cleanser that was created with the energy of Avalon, so with Glastonbury energy, where I created the elixir, which is a very, very popular silent moon elixir, internal elixir, which was created with buttercup, elderflower and red clover. And the mister is, again, for the external use, to create that wild and wonderful energy in your space. It's a very good one for when you come to a point where you really want to clear things out and start anew, sort of very, very much like the new moon energy, where you want to release the old. This is a really good one to have if you want to bring that new wild one energy towards you on an external basis, and also internal if you want to take it with the elixir as well. Oh, so Hatter's Head Helper has a secret behind it, which I can't tell you. You have to wait till you buy it. But Hatter's Head Helper is a really good one for people who suffer from a very fast moving mind. So for when they get a lot of congestion around the head, when the head is busy, you know, if you think about the energy of the Mad Hatter, basically that's what Hatter's Head Helper helps with, and it has the energy of poppy in it, which is also for helping people to work with decision making. And you can also get poppy as a single elixir as well, which was also created this year in Glastonbury. So Liquid Mistress is the passion, the bedroom elixir, the one where you want to bring passion into your life with the camellia flower. So this is quite a pungent a pungent mister, which you can use in the bedroom, or you can use it for your work life as well. It's a mister where you want to bring the energy of passion. If you're feeling a bit kind of stuck, if you're feeling like there's no passion in your life, if you're feeling bored, this is the perfect mister for you. So Supermoon and Moon Shadow are two misters which were put together as environmental misters during the months of January and February, where there was a blue moon and where there was no moon in the February month. Well, not no moon, but no full moon. So the environmental elixir process is channeling the energy that is occurring at that time. So it's not working with a particular flower or crystal, it's channeling the energy of the environment at that particular time. So in this particular occasion, it was about the moon energy and how what the moon was going through at this particular time. These two work amazingly together because they basically take the deep stuff that you're not dealing with, and they help to release it, they help to let go. I've had some really great results on these two misters, especially alongside the two elixirs that were created as my first environmental elixirs with them. So it's really, these two are for people who really want to do the deep work, who really want to release it, remembering that once they're gone, because there isn't a time again where this will be the same, certainly in the next few years. So using Moon Shadow and using Blue Moon together was a time when I created these, when this was the energy in the environment. So it won't be happening again soon. So again, once they're gone, they're gone. So the misters are really good for deep healing work, for those who want to really untie some big stuff. So Star Jasmine Vortex is created with the jasmine that is actually behind me now and is in bloom. And Star Jasmine is about really clearing that vortex space around you and drawing up the healing energy, the angelic healing energy, and working with the angelic realm. So it's about really creating that white light on that protective space around you. That also comes in elixir form as well, so you can bring them both together, external and internal. So my Moon Space Cleanser was the first one I ever created, and this works with your moon energy, so your particular moon sign. So when you let me know your moon sign, or I can find out your moon sign by working with your date and your time and your place of birth and your name, and I can find out what your particular moon sign is, then I use the essences and I use the essential oils that work particularly with your moon sign. So if you're in an Aries moon, then I will create you an Aries mister, and you can use it around your space.